I really believe that like feeling is a gift, right? And you can't feel the sadness without the joy. You can't feel the anger without the like you have to feel all of it. And so when I got clean, like almost 10 years ago now, I would get these like uncomfortable moments of like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I would have anxiety. Sometimes I wouldn't go out. So like, but what I've realized over time is that is really like tools. So like there's one tool where, and it's awareness too, right? Because as you can't fix something that you're not aware of. So a lot of times I'd be reacting in life sober, really like to like not normally. And it would be a response to my feelings that I didn't even know that I was feeling. So it was important to know like, okay, so where does this feeling live in my body? What, like naming the feeling, knowing where it lives, knowing what that feels like, and then really just breathing through it and getting through it. You can't avoid feelings, right? Like you can't get over it, under it, around it. In order to get through the feeling, you have to get through the feeling. And as I kept feeling the feelings, I would get more comfortable with the feeling. So even with anger, I would start feeling to be more comfortable. I mean, anger was always like a something that I would feel comfortable in. I think like the joy, the feeling of peace, the feeling of serenity, the feeling of like that got me rattled. I didn't know how to feel that. And then I would create chaos so that I would feel that craziness because that's what I was so used to. But they say, I don't know who they are.
Right. They say a lot of shit, don't they?
They say a lot of shit. But they say that if you can feel a feeling for 90 seconds in your body, breathe through it, that you can get through it. So I just started fucking trying it. And it started working. There's a tool that I use. It's so lame, but I do it. And it's I put my thumb to each finger, and each finger says like, peace begins with me, peace begins with me, peace begins with me. And I say it in my head over like a mantra, and it kind of gets me through it. And it reminds myself to put myself back into me, because it's really not about anybody else either. Because my feelings too, I didn't understand that I had control over my feelings and my emotions, because I do, once I have the awareness of them. And number two, that it's not about anybody else, it's about me. Right. And so it's like a sponsee who's going through this breakup, right? She's like, I feel devastated. She's dated the guy for 3 weeks. He relapsed. She's devastated. And I'm like, dude, this has nothing to do with him. This has to do with something, abandonment issue or something as a kid, or something that you've gone through that's now triggered, that now you're feeling that. And it feels like it's about him, but it's not. It's about you. So that's where I had to really start learning that it's not about my ex-husband. It's not about my crazy children. It's not about the boss or the this or the that. It's about me. So how can I get through it in a way without using? And the point is that like, even if I'm avoiding feeling sober, I'm just going to end up back using anyways. So I've got to get comfortable with it.